Now we're going to head over to the state capitol and talk to Representative Lillie, who is the chief author of the state employee contract in the House of Representatives and a member of the Subcommittee on Employee Relations. We're here down at the Capitol with Representative Lillie from Oakdale and North St. Paul. Representative Lillie, you were on the Subcommittee on Employee Relations last August when they recommended that the legislature not pass these state contracts for both MAPE employees and AFSCME employees. Tell us what it was like being part of that committee.
Well, thanks for having me. It was bad. It was very disappointing to be part of that, to witness it, to be in the hearing at the time, and just as a Democrat and just as I work at Delta in my other life, and I work, a working person. It just made me mad how folks were treated, and I think we hire good people and we should treat them fairly. So it was hard.
Representative Lillie, are you part of the Subcommittee on Employee Relations this session, this biennium?
Yeah, the Speaker just made appointments, and Ryan Winkler and Deb Hillstrom and myself are going to be representing the House, and I think Senator Metzen, and I'm not sure who else is going to be on, and then we're going to meet next coming Monday, so it's all coming to a head here in the next couple days.
Representative, you are the chief author of the state employee contract bill in the House of Representatives. Thank you for carrying that bill, first of all. Second of all, talk to us a little bit about what's going to happen, what you expect to happen at that Subcommittee on Employee Relations on Monday at 4 o'clock in room 10 here in the Capitol.
Well, I hope, you just mentioned it's Monday. I really hope people are able to come down and watch, because I think it's going to be a kind of a testament to what's happened in the last election. A little bit of what happened last year is we're going to show that Democrats value that the work that your members and others have done for us, and we value the state workers, and we're going to get these contracts done and show respect to your team, and we value them. So we're going to do some good work in that committee this year, and I'm proud to be on that committee, and I hope to be chair, so we'll see what happens.
Representative Lillie, talk to us a little bit about the importance of hearing from constituents here at the Capitol and seeing them in person, the people that you represent in your district, and hearing the importance in the work that they do for the state of Minnesota, and what that means as a state representative to represent them.
Well, I've been lucky because many of your members show up and they've helped me through the fall, and it'll be a reminder. So when you have your day on the Hill and you come down here and you visit and show up in the office, I'm going to see your members, and they're going to come in and say, this is what I do, and tell your story of what the work that you do for the state of Minnesota. Every day you're showing up, and we don't always know every function that the state workers are doing. It's amazing. It makes a big difference. So please show up, and it's a good thing. So and we need it, and it's a good time for you to just take a few minutes and do that. So
Representative Lillie, thank you for your time. You've been a great advocate both on the Subcommittee on Employee Relations and just in labor, an advocate for labor in general, and we appreciate your service to us. We appreciate how important the state workers are to your representation down here, and we look forward to the hearing on Monday, and we look forward to the bills moving. Our members are excited to see the contracts pass, and they obviously have a 2% retroactive pay increase sitting in those contracts that will be retroactive back to January 2nd. So again, thank you for your work, and we appreciate having you here today.
Thank you.
Welcome back to MAPE's weekly legislative update from the Capitol. This week we're actually at the state office building while the House of Representatives is over on the House floor over at the Capitol. Tuesday, the governor unveiled his budget for a better Minnesota. One thing we saw from that budget in particular was that the governor avoids one-time budget gimmicks and begins to rebuild Minnesota for a better middle class. The budget has a lot of courageous points that were taken in that budget, unlike any that we've seen in this state of Minnesota in the last 10 years. This is the first time since the early 2000s where we have seen a balanced budget. Not only does the governor balance the budget for this current biennium, but the governor balances the budget for the future biennium as well. The governor's budget has some major tax reform in it. The governor lowers the state sales tax rate to 5.5%, bringing Minnesota down from the 7th highest sales tax in the country to the 27th highest. In addition, there is a sales tax on clothing items valued at $100 and above. There is a tax on services, and there will be a tax on electronic purchases in the future under his budget proposal. The governor also extends a continuous property tax rebate up to $500 a year. The state's property taxes since 2002 have gone up 86%. And with the new money that the governor has invested in LGA, he has dropped the property tax obligations here in the state of Minnesota by nearly 10%. Staying true to his promise, Governor Dayton has also increased income tax for the wealthiest Minnesotans that will apply to individuals with a taxable income of $150,000 and above. The money above the $150,000 threshold would be taxed at an additional 2%. For families, that would be the taxable income above $250,000. One thing we could take away from the governor's budget proposal is that there is a distinct focus on education, transportation, job creation, and including some additional funding to support the MAPE contract that's before the legislature. I would urge everyone to go to the Team MAPE website and take a look at the link that we have provided you that has Governor Dayton's entire budget toolkit. Governor Dayton's budget toolkit will provide you a comprehensive look into his budget plan. One of the things we have seen with Governor Dayton's budget, and we have to remember, is that this is one of 3 budgets. Both the House and the Senate will release their budget proposals as well, and they will give each committee and the oversight that those committees have a budget target to work within. Those committees will then have to make a lot of tough choices when they have committee hearings and hear from the public and special interest groups and make a final determination as to what they want to spend that money on. At that point, they will need to sit down with the governor's office in both bodies, both the House and the Senate, will need to work with that governor's office to determine what their final budget is going to end up looking like prior to the end of session. That's all the news for this week. We'll be back next week with more coverage from the Capitol. Don't forget to check our website, Facebook page, and Twitter feed for the latest news on the 2013 legislative session. Have a question on the session? Please email us at action@mape.org or send us a question on MAPE's Facebook page. Every week, we'll answer a question from one of our members. One last thing, don't forget to go to Team MAPE and sign up for MAPE's Day on the Hill, which is March 14th, and your opportunity to talk one-on-one with your legislators and tell them what's important to state workers. See you next week for MAPE's Legislative Update.